here's the last one. I really didn't like this. Tomb of Salvation. This is religion.
Oh, okay. It's religion in the role-playing in the old world. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was never into putting religion into a role-playing game.
What do you do for clerics and stuff, though? What would you do?
I never really cared for that class.
Oh, okay.
I try to say, okay, yeah, you pray to the God, but I don't want to get into all the rituals and stuff like that. You know, when you got to go do your prayer time, okay, you went, you prayed. Okay, cool. We don't have to go into depth into what the prayer said, and I mean, there's times where you got to have a discussion with a god or, you know, a demon or something like that. But I don't like organized religion, churches. I know there's churches, but we don't have to go into
emails.
Yes, send emails. I just never was into it. You know, my thought is,
it was
to me, it wasn't all that great. Now, somebody that's into the different religions, like they got one, I forget what it, Moore. Yeah, called a Moore, M-O-R-R. It's when you die.
Okay, but it looks like the different gods give you benefits and liabilities, huh?
Yeah, I just happened to open it up to where some of the gods were, called a Sigmar. I mean, it's cool to have them in there, but we don't have to get this in depth to where a whole book is devoted to the religion. 2 or 3 pages, that's more than enough for a game. You know, I play a video or a role-playing game to escape reality, not get it more realistic.
So that is it.
Yeah, I don't even know how much is sitting here, but I am sure that it's quite a bit.
So Warhammer Fantasy, the role-playing game. All in all, what do you think? You give it a good grade?
I do like it. I'm not real big on the system.
I know you didn't. I know I was going to bring it up. You had some problems with the combat system you didn't care for.
Yeah, like
you wanted to convert it to Rifts.
Yeah, I did. I like converting a lot of it over to that system because it's just so easy for me. Like this, when you roll your attack, you roll it with percentage. And then you take the number and reverse it. Like if you have a 71, that just became a 17. Okay. You flip it, and then it's got a chart that tells you where you hit. That was pretty cool, but some of the areas, it seemed like to hit this area, you're almost going to miss.
Okay.
You know, so certain areas are going to get hit more than others. I just wasn't real big on it. I don't like a system that's all like D6s or a system that's all D10s. This one's mainly a D10 system. A polyhedral set, there's a 4, a 6, an 8, 2 10s, a 12, and a 20.
A 20.
That's a role-playing game. You've got all these different dice.
You're old school, man.
Yeah. All those dice.
You better use them. You got a bunch of dice, you might as well use them. Dan.
Yeah, I mean, in a role-playing game, that's why I didn't like the first Star Wars system, because it was all a D6. Everything's a D6. You know, I'm looking at the new Saga edition of Star Wars, and
I think that's D20. Isn't it?
Yeah, it's all D20, and I just have a problem with that. It's too limiting. You know, like skills, I like a percentage set of dice. You know, if you have a 33% chance of succeeding, it's real easy to roll a 33 or, you know, roll a set percentage and tell you what the percent is. When I got to put this modifier with this and this, I feel like I'm in an algebra test, and
I hear you. All right, what's next on the list? What's next as we go down there?
Yeah, our little cheat sheet. You guys can't see it, but we got it set in here.
We're going to talk about Knights of the Dinner Table.
Oh, yeah. Every podcast, I thought maybe we could recommend some other podcasts or other things that are out there for you guys to go check out. This week, I'm going to give you one of my favorites. It's a company called Kinzer & Company. We're actually going to be doing a review on one of the games here in the next couple episodes called The Great Space Race. They just came out a year or two ago with a Western game, role-playing.
Aces and Eights.
Aces and Eights. So the company's been around for a while, and they're one of the last paper gaming magazines. Now, granted, half of it is a comic book.
Yeah, it's not truly like a Dragon
or
Dungeon, which have gone the way of the Dodo. Well, actually, you can go online, and if you pay a certain amount of money, I guess you can see it.
Yeah, but didn't you say it was like...
It's not cheap.
Yeah, it's not. It was more expensive than the magazine was.
Yeah, it's not cheap.
And they cut out all the paper trees that they were killing, so where is all that cost going? But anyway, one of the last where you can hold it, you can smell it, get that printer high. That tells you how old we are. The old copies. Some of the kids won't know what we're talking about. What were those things called?
Mimeograph.
Yeah, you take the pile and we're showing our age.
All of a sudden you start seeing stars. Hey, what's going on? Life's good.
Yeah. Knights of the Dinner Table.
What's the comic about?
It's a group of gamers sitting around the table gaming. So it's hilarious.
Yeah, it's not high tech graphics like you'd find in, I don't know, like heavy metal or wherever. All right, it's black and white, hand drawn. Probably not hand drawn now, but Photoshop stuff.
Yeah.
So I mean, but it's quite funny. I mean, a lot of inside jokes. It's a hoot.
Being a gamer, you're going to see people that you know, that you game with. You're going to be like, that's Phil, that's Ralph.
That's right.
You're going to spot your friends in here. It's hilarious. And
they also do stuff in the back.
Oh yeah, they get everything from adventures, deadly traps. There's one in here.
They got Mer Lafferty, if anybody knows Mer Lafferty.
Yeah.
I should be writing. She writes a little article there, which is funny. It's awful funny.
Yeah, Geek Fu Action, I think is what it is. It's one of the first things that I check out, actually, is Geek Fu.
Ah, okay.
But Bait and Tackle. They are little snippets of adventure ideas. It gives you the setting, the bait, what would get the characters interested, and the tackle, what the adventure is. So it's really good to throw into your role-playing games. You know, you need, you might be finishing up the campaign that you guys have been working on for weeks, partway through the session, and you're going to need something to fill in a little bit of time. Here you go. Or you need a side adventure. Things are starting to get stale. You need a little side, something on the side. This is a good spot for it.
They also have reviews in there, don't they?
Oh, gaming reviews. One that I like a lot is Lost Game Safari.
Oh, yeah. I've had a few of those old games in there.
Yeah. They go back and find games from back in the day and do a review on them. And they even tell you what the going rate on eBay is. Like this month they're doing Year of the Phoenix. Fantasy Games Unlimited was the publisher. It's a role-playing game for 2 or more players. It was designed by Martin Whitsted. It was published in 1986. Used copy on eBay is $10.
Yeah. It's a good magazine. It really is a good
there's
magazine.
a lot of stuff in here. Movie reviews, computer games, books, something that in this one, dice, a pair of 6-sided dice that this company is doing from depleted uranium. I mean,
that's
think
awesome.
about that.
That's awesome.
And here's a little snippet. Wizards of the Coast lowers the boom on a D&D fan site. Just a little bit of news. Emma's Character Sheets, a popular website with D&D gaming aids, recently announced it received a cease and desist letters from Wizards of the Coast.